Playing for Coach McKissick prepares you not only to be a college football player, but it prepares you for life. Because he tries to teach a lot of life lessons. Get knocked down in football, you're gonna get knocked down in life. You got to get up more than you get knocked down.
At first, like my junior year, and I may have been a little naive, I didn't realize that Coach McKissick was a well-known person across the nation in sports, especially in football. And then my senior year, he broke the record that had been previously set for most games won, and it kind of hit me a little bit like, wow, I didn't realize Coach had won that many games. And then when I went off to college, I would get questions all the time about what it was like to play for Coach McKissick and be at Somerville High School. And I was like, wow, it was a really big deal to be at Somerville High School with Coach McKissick. Being a coach under him was really rewarding because he let us coach. He never tried to tell us what to do or tried to change our philosophies.
He was a coach's coach. He was a player's coach. Never cut anyone. Coach was relentless. One of his sayings was, do it right, we do it right. Do it wrong, we're gonna do it long.
Playing for my grandfather was extremely hard because he wanted to make sure he never showed favoritism towards me or my brother or my cousin who actually played for him as well. So he was a little bit harder on us. He didn't let anything side with us because he didn't want anybody to see that he was treating us like a grandson. He wanted to make sure that he treated everybody the same. I remember how congratulatory he was. He was always like the first one to pat you on the back or pat you on the helmet when he did something well. If he saw you around the school, he'd always ask about your grades. He spent his entire life leading people, leading not just a football team, but leading the coaches of the other sports and leading being a leader around the schools.
Yeah, Coach was just an extremely humble person. Just no starch in his collar. Always treat your fellow man with respect and dignity, and great friends with his staff, but also great friends with our opponents.
Well, one of the funniest things since I've become the head coach that I get from him is he goes, "I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to give you a suggestion." I'm proud that I can carry on the traditions that he created through 63 years. So it's an honor for me to be on that sideline, knowing that he's up there watching.
At the end of the day, Coach is what Somerville's all about. How the community still is, where it looks out for each other, and that's really byproduct of Coach McKissick.
One of the best family memories I have are those late night Friday nights after games. He'd put us in the car, we'd drive to the beach, and then he'd spend all day with my brother and I on Saturday. Looking at it from a coach's perspective now, as a head coach, and how busy that we are and how all the preparation that goes in it really amazes me how he would take the time during football season to kind of step away. Coach McKissick's had an impact on generations, spanning, I think, 6 decades, and all positive. I mean, you'd have a hard time finding someone around town that was a part of a football team of Coach McKissick that doesn't have a great story to tell about him. I'm never going to let the players not know who he is, all the tradition that he built, why we do things the way we do them.
I want to thank you for the example that you set for all of us coaches, but also mostly for your players that you've had for many, 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 many years.
I just want to say thank you, Coach, and congratulations on your award.
I, along with many other players that have played for the Somerville Green Waves under your leadership, wish to thank you for the life lessons you provided and the investments made in us that built champions on and off the field. Congratulations for your many accomplishments and for the Lifetime Achievement Award you're receiving tonight.
I think he deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award for not only how successful he was as a coach, but how he lived his entire life.
Coach deserves this award because he is the coach.
I don't think he coached football to win a bunch of football games. I think that he coached football to have a good impact on young people, and just as a proxy to that, he happened to win a whole bunch of football games while he was doing it.
I've always heard, and my mom and daddy told me this when I was growing up, said, son, if you live right, work hard, and do what you're supposed to do, then good things will happen to you. And I've tried to do that all my life. Thank you again, and I appreciate this honor.